We're live streaming. We're live streaming. Look at that. How's everyone doing today? Everyone's having a good freaking day. Those of you that are still kind of riding the struggle bus after Milton and Helene and all of that, my deepest thoughts. Anything that we can do to help out, let me know. You know, we are only a couple of days up on power. It has got to be one of the most beautiful days of the year right now here in Florida. It is 20 degrees Celsius outside. I've got the garage door cracked. The door to the house is, there's a screen now, so I can get some cross breeze coming through. It's nice. The AC is off. Yeah, Nepo's asking if I'm wearing a hard hat. That's right. You can see it. You see, it says hard hat right there. It says hard hat. So, yes, I am wearing my hard hat today, certified hard hat. Yeah, for those that don't follow us on socials but only follow us here, you might have noticed we've been a little silent the past couple of weeks. Print Fix Friday and all that had come out, but we didn't stream on Sunday because I didn't have any power. Yeah. Basically, things are kind of screwed out here. My 10 meter by 10 meter shed got overnight delivery to my neighbor's house via Hurricane Milton and is now in pieces back in my yard. So that has put a weird damper on stuff. But hilariously, off-grid, my off-grid setup that we had a video on. If a mod wants to post the off-grid video, you can. But we did a whole video on this like kind of janky off-grid setup that I had. It worked pretty well. It worked pretty well. So that is super cool. So we're gonna attempt to pick back up the Mk3.5. Last time things had to end a little abruptly due to internet. Hilariously, because we were able to keep most life support systems online, the internet barely went down, and I logged like 6 dropped packets the entire 4 days we were without power. So, Spectrum, if you're watching this, it's very obviously you're overselling the node, because when everybody else is without power, my internet is perfect. So, I'm still blaming you. Yeah, Brandon says, finally have a working Magneto. They sent me a new one only for the brand new update to cause the screen to no longer work. Oh, no. Andrew Rodder says, how was your crawfish dinner? Okay, the $10. There's a story behind this. So myself and a bunch of our neighbors, we found crawfish in our yards. And we're like, is this from the storm? Did the storm drop crawfish in the yard? Apparently not. Florida apparently has a native burrowing crawfish, and it lives kind of right at the water table. But because we got over 2 feet of water delivered to our area overnight, the water table rose so much that those crawfish literally had their homes flooded out, and so they came up to the surface. So the reason that they all just kind of disappeared after a couple of hours is the water receded enough and the ground absorbed enough. They were able to reburrow. So there are crawfish currently living under me, and that's only mildly weird. Anyways, I'm going to pull up here where we're at, give it to you guys in the upgrade path. So if you missed the first episode, we started the upgrade. I have literally not touched the printer since last time. So it has literally been sitting here. In fact, the hat was even sitting right there the whole time. We had some birds find their way into the garage because the main power feed for the house for off-grid comes in via the garage. We added an EcoFlow alternator inverter. I don't know if I talked about that too much about the off-grid setup, but between that and about 350 to 400 watts of solar, there were days where we were generating over a kilowatt hour in the sun, which is kind of cool. Given that I have like $1,000 into this whole setup. It's not cheap, to be clear, but I could have lost a lot more than what I did, you know, with food and all of that. So we got very lucky. We're back up. I know Tars, man. That's my brother. He's still without power. So, yeah, if there's anything that we can do to help, please let us know. If you have hurricane shutters that you are taking down or putting up, depending on where you see this, and you are in the Tampa Bay area, and you use the wing nuts for your tools, we've got the drill attachment that you put into your power drill, set it to like a number 2 on the chuck, and you can just zip these wing nuts in for your shutters. We 3D print them. We give them away totally for free. So, yeah. Brandon says, should have had windmill. Could have had 1.21 gigawatts. The joke is gigawatts. It's technically gigawatts, but whatever. I had thought about that, but we don't have enough wind on a regular day for a windmill to make sense. It wouldn't pay for itself very quickly. So Spectre V3i says, I just built a Bear 2.1. Everything passed, but when I start a print, I get some error occurred in the Z. So then I click a button, it goes Z top and comes back down. Probes the bed. Do you think something is sticking with the Z? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Check. So if the Z is going up perfectly, then you're fine. Check to make sure your bed probe isn't messed up. And make sure that when it is going all the way up, that it is kind of leveling off the x-axis. That's what it's trying to do. Sun Turtle Camper asks, how much solar have I installed? So to be clear, install means throw it into my yard. These are used solar panels off the Facebook Marketplace. Theoretically, their max output is about 1,800 watts if we wired them all in series. Right? Is it series? No. Parallel. Yeah, in parallel. However, the EcoFlow Delta 2 can only take 500 watts in. So, and they're 20 volt, 10 amp panels each. So I have them 3S2P right now. So I have 6 of the 9 panels being used for the Delta 2 Pro, or the Delta 2. The River 2 Pro is on 2 of the panels because it can only take 50 volts in, and I can recharge both of those pretty much in a day in the sun. We are currently 100% on grid right now. So during the storm, we took down like everything that was on batteries, got taken offline, and then we used the batteries to effectively add capacity to the house. And yeah, I'm getting really into this. This Sunday, what friggin' day is that gonna be? Let me see. Sunday the 20th, I will be talking way more at length about it. So if you guys want to ask more questions about the off-grid system, what it was like going through a hurricane, we don't have a logging system here, but the airport, like an hour north of me, registered 101 mile an hour. So I'm just going to say we got 110 mile an hour. So, oh, I see the system is tracking me again. There you go. Yeah, so if you want to hear what it's like, I don't know, maybe I'll show some of the videos and all that we took during the storm. And there will be some of that in Print Fix Friday this week, because I do actually show you guys what's left of my shed and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, this Sunday is going to be all about kind of what happened and what it's kind of like. So, Brandon says, been printing 14 days straight for a job for a customer. Dude, that is super cool. That's great. Hopefully you're making good money on that. I really like to see when people's machines are busy. All of ours at this point are idle. I think I have 2 or 3 machines running at the moment. When storms hit, we just kind of tell customers, hey, we're going offline. If you need stuff done faster, here are places to do it. And we know that some of our customers are still without power. So I'm sure things will get back to normal. It's just going to take a little bit to get there. So, all right. I have to kind of remember where we were at. I know one of the last things that we did was glue. And let me actually change the camera angles. I think a lot more of this is going to be valuable for you guys to see from the top-down perspective. But we glued a lot of the magnets back in. I remember doing that quite heavily. And now it looks like we have to do the cable protector. It's got the nylon filament again. The Mark III saw that go away, that the nylon with the bed went away. And those of you that use Mark IIIs and Mark IIISs and the variants thereof know that literally the most sensitive part on these machines is that bed thermistor. Like, I have quite a few of them in inventory because this was such a common failure mode. So, that happened every 1,000 hours or so that we needed to replace it. So, anyways, I need to find where this goes. Like, what? I'm on step 13 for reference. I need to get a better... Okay, so it needs to go... This isn't the right part. It's this part? No. It is this part. What the heck? Their part's different. The part in the photos is different from mine. Okay. Well, that instantly complicates things a little bit, doesn't it? I've got the old part right here, but even that is different than what's in the photos. Interesting. Basically, they're supposed to be... None of this is... Am I just looking at the wrong dang part? Let me see here. It's not that. I got to get caught up because, like, I'm so forgetful on it. Okay, this is the right part. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, all right. I'm holding the wrong part. That makes sense. That makes sense. $2,000 job for 6 pieces. Hey, that's good money. Can't hate on that. Cannot hate on that at all. All right, so we need to pass the thermistor cable up and through, which we're going to go ahead and get done here. Wonderful, wonderful. It's going to go out that way. We have our little bit of nylon filament. You always wonder if this is Prusa MK3 too. I don't know if it is. Hope that it is. Sorry, I know it's kind of hard to see. Doing my best here. Is one of these cut at an angle? No. Might need to do a little bit of cleaning on this. And yes, if you notice, I do have cuts and things on my hands. That's just from working. So, sorry about that. Would like to have, you know, undamaged hands, but had work to do. So, it is what it is. All right, that's gonna... We're not. Okay. I thought that was gonna stay, but I guess it won't. Ah! Almost fell. All right, let me see what I can do here. Let me try this one more time. I'm not liking the way that that's going in, but it is more than likely a me problem and less than likely a Prusa problem. Just gonna open up that hole. So I used my Ember Prototypes plate because I thought it would be really cool to have my own logo on the parts. And sometimes on small parts, those Ember Prototypes plates don't stick very well. So, yeah. So we want that to go through. All right. It should not protrude more than 2 millimeters. All right, so we want it to go through. Okay, all right, got the nylon filament to go through, so we're good there. Now we can reassemble the heat bed cover. Am I stupid? I think I am. Don't answer that. That goes like that. Just kind of looking at everything. These two are gonna... Ooh. Geez, who tightened these? Good Lord. That's not what I wanted, but it bent where I needed it to bend, so whatever. Okay. That's all there. I need to pull the nylon filament through a little bit. Everything comes through. That little marker here, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit there for you guys. And then we put an M3/10. That appears to be a 10. What? Dang it. Yeah, you can tell I'm like getting back on the horse here on this project. So sorry to people that were like expecting me to be perfect on this. It's been like a month. That's like the real problem with builds like this. If you can't kind of do them in one sitting, it really starts to eat at you. Oops, drop something. It starts to eat at you because when you got to pick it back up, it's difficult to remember where you were at. Let me plug this in because it might be dying. All right. 5HFR says, good morning. Brandon says, I'm not a Prusa guy. What's the difference between the 3 and the 3.5? Just the 3 with some parts from the 4. So it's got a new motherboard, new screen. I think that's pretty much it. It gets the Wi-Fi upgrade, new thermistor. It's everything electrical about the Mark IV without changing out the hot end and all that. So it does not get the next extruder. The 3.9 is what brings in the next extruder. I'm guessing the next thing is to put that cover on top. We shall see. No, it is to get the cable sheathing. That makes sense. So there's a trick to the cable sheathing. Let me see if I have the thing for it. I don't. Okay. You can use an open-end wrench and put the open-end wrench in here, pass all the cables through it, and then just run the open-end wrench all the way through the cable sheathing, and it perfectly sheathes all your cables. It is super nice. I don't have one of those handy. All of my tools are nowhere where they should be. My entire shop is a disaster right now. But thankfully we are all okay. We made it through the hurricane. So it's just going to be a little bit messier, I should say, for a while. I need to get in here and do a deep clean of the shop. And now that we're starting to get some days where I'm only barely sweating on camera, I think that will be beneficial for me to try to get this shop all cleaned up. Okay. So we got that. That's where it needs to be. From there, we add the top cover and use some M3/10s to put everything together. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I got to make sure I don't already have an open thing of M3x10. If I don't, it does not appear that I do. So I will go ahead and open these. Oh no, that's definitely a 10. That's 10 and that's a 10. All right. I don't know if I'm reusing old bolts or not. Again, this is one of those cases where I have no clue. I have no clue, and I've kind of, unfortunately, struggled a little bit on this. But I do want to thank everybody that did reach out to us during the storm and after the storm. Those of you that reached out, some of you got some behind the scenes taste of like what's going on here. I sent some photos that we haven't released publicly and things like that. So thank you to those of you that did reach out. Brian says the new Bamboo coming out next year is serviceable and does not log. Would you get it, or have you lost trust from their previous experiences? I've definitely lost trust. I would have to be able to independently verify that the machine doesn't log or things like that. I know that it's going to be a 320 cube. I don't think that's a secret at this point. I think enough people know that information that it's leaked by now. And if not, there you go. But beyond that, I have no clue about it. The fact that they're skipping the holiday season this year says that something isn't right or something's going on. And, well, I hope that they get their QA and QC figured out. But currently, I cannot support Bamboo. Now, I will say we recommend their printers to people that just need a machine to print. They don't care about data security or anything like that. I do still have a talk with them about the importance of data security and all that, but ultimately they're consumers and they just don't care. So, by the way, like the stream, we are going to be giving away some printed solid filament, and one roll will be Elixir. The new Elixir is available for sale. So if you want to get some of Jesse's Elixir, limited colors currently, but there will be more colors coming out. So if you do want to get some Jesse's Elixir, printed solid, links are in the description. But if you are watching us live, go ahead and enter. And we'll do a drawing in a little bit here. Give away some filament. One spool today. It'll be the last spool that we give out. But one spool today will be Elixir. So, yeah. Andrew Rogers says, considering that it's supposed to be priced above the X1 line, I'm not sure if it's holiday season is a target anyways. I get that, but okay, let's say you're targeting at businesses, right? You want to hit businesses right in Q4, kind of the same time of the year. Because often businesses have budget they need to burn by the end of the year, or they lose it, right? It's one of those use it or lose it kind of things when it comes to budget and businesses. So Bamboo was obviously being a little cagey about information, which I totally understand. I don't blame them for it. Yeah, so. Brian says, I bought an X1C before I found your channel. Don't put things on it I don't have permission for on it. But it's a workhorse. It's a printer that's been running for 14 days straight. Ours has been more reliable lately, but with a lot of the work that we do, like just due to the nature of non-disclosures and how the Bamboo machine collects data, we can't often put client parts on it. So like the hurricane shutter parts, I ran like 150 of those all on the X1 Carbon because like I don't care about that file. It's no big deal. That was a modified file from Thingiverse from years and years and years ago. So like I don't care. But yeah, if you're a business and you're using Bamboo, you need to contact an attorney. Get that handled ASAP because you don't want to find yourself on the wrong side of an IP lawsuit. That's all I'm saying. Just ask Bamboo. They're currently in an IP lawsuit. They're in 2 IP lawsuits right now, both with Stratasys. Unfortunately, there was some confusion. I thought that the entire thing had been dismissed, and when I took the screenshots and posted about it, it had been. that was posted in error and all of that. I issued a correction. But by the time the correction had gone, people, had already gone down that path. But oh well, is what it is. But yeah. All right, I got enough of that done. Let's see what the next step is in the process. We just want to make sure that everything is tight. Yep, we're gapless. That's where we want to be there. Oh, okay, it is wrapping the textile sleeve. Okay. All right, yeah, I will keep doing that then. Didn't realize that was literally the next step in the process. We can then look at installing the expansion joints. That is nice, much nicer than the than those metal offsets. I know a lot of people ended up going to like the Nylock mod and all that on these machines just to flatten the beds out. We never had that particular problem. But I know, there are people out there that really like to chase zeros. And if you're part of the people that like to chase zeros, yeah, I mean, the Nylock mod will get you much closer to a perfect build plate. Than simply just sending it, So. But yeah, I will be interested to see what happens with this new. I'm assuming it's the replacement for the X1 Carbon. I don't know. I don't know what Bamboo is trying to do with that machine, but I will be interested to see more about it. I don't say nice things about them, and they don't pay me, so I'm not going to be one of the people that gets one of those machines early. So, and if I am, you guys will know about it. But no 3D printing companies pay us at the moment. So, and of course, if there is ever sponsorship stuff, we will be completely transparent about it because, well, that's what you do. Okay. So it wants us to use the M6R screws, which are these, the ones that have the round head. So it wants us to use those to work with the expansion joint parts. So gotta go through and find those. Again, this setup is just messy as being very nice to this setup currently. It is an absolute effing disaster right now. Where they're not installed, so I know they're not there. Sorry. Oh, I can hear them. I can hear them, which means they were literally right in front of me the whole time. All right. Let's get this thing set up. We will. That is a little crunchy, isn't it? This printer's making some noise. I think it might have gotten a little bit humid in here. Actually, I wonder if it's an XL competitor. It could very well be. But at 320 cube, I don't know, maybe they'll go back and make it bigger. Who knows? Who knows? But from the knowledge that I have, it is a 320 cube, and that puts it considerably smaller than an XL in build volume. Quite frankly, I kind of wish they would go bigger. I think that's what a lot of people want, but whatever. Okay. We now need to get our expansion joints installed. Expansion joints are these little tiny aluminum extrusions. They are absolutely adorable, and they go on specific ways. I'm not exactly certain why, but, you know, apparently. So basically, it wants them in the orientation. So we got to first go ahead and get these nuts kind of manually threaded in just a little bit, or these bolts screwed in just a little bit here. And then we can go ahead. And I'm sorry, there's no music anymore on the streams. I keep getting hit for copyright, even though we're using royalty-free music. YouTube's copyright system is currently very broken. And unfortunately, bad actors are able to hold our revenue from streams hostage. So no more of that in streams, because I'm kind of tired of having to constantly dispute the claims. It sucks. There's nothing I can do about it right now. Anyways, speaking of the stream, don't forget to like it. And hey, kick a couple of bucks if you don't mind. Keep the streams ad-free. Does very much help the channel grow. Greatly appreciate it. All right, so they all kind of have to go in line. You then have to use a small Allen key to go through it. So we slide it in, maintain position, and then we tighten. Okay. So there you go. That's basically what you want. You want them to maintain their position and stay tight. These are kind of unique pieces. I wonder if these were off the shelf or not. Brandon, I'm still waiting for Prusa to put out a normal Core XY. The Mark IV is too small and the XL is too expensive. I don't know, man. A single tool head XL is what? 1,500 bucks? 2,000? Somewhere in that range? For a 360 printer? Like, outside of Voron clones, I don't really think you get a better deal on build volume that size. Now, again, obviously, yes, this is a sponsored stream. Prusa did send this stuff over. They sent me this hat, which, if you will notice, it is my hard hat. So I am, of course, being safe today. You know, so there are obviously some biases that you have to be, you have to be clear of. Prusa's not paying me to do this, but I did not pay for the upgrade. So that is how this works. Check them out if you want, I guess. But yeah, for me, I don't mind paying a little bit more money if things just work. Often that is, you know, things working properly, my data being secure, and having really, really good customer support is important. It's like $2,000 plus an $800 enclosure for doing nylon. Yeah, I'm not going to debate that Prusa's enclosure is expensive. It is incredibly expensive. I do not have one. We have the enclosure. You can get the files from printables. It's like 140 bucks for the acrylic, and it's like 2 or 3 kilos. But Brandon, if you're doing big nylon parts, I don't really care what printer it is. It's going to be tough. But like, look at something like a Magneto X, right? You're talking $2,000 plus a, you know, $400 or $500 enclosure, right? Like, and that's for 300 by 400 by 300. You know, so ultimately, I'm not certain that there's a good answer right now other than do it yourself. And I'm not certain that in and of itself is a good answer. I don't think that it is. I would love to see a, you know, $1,500 to $3,000 machine that has upgradability like the XL. You know, so if you want to do multi-material, it's a couple $100 extra. You can add it later. You don't even have to get it from the factory. You can upgrade it later on. You know, I think Rat Rig is probably the only thing that comes close to having that level of upgradability with the new V-Core 4. So, like, I'm sorry, like I get it. You pay a bit of the Prusa tax, but at the end of the day, it's really not as expensive as you think, in my opinion. I think the XL is a lot more affordable than people say. But yeah. So, all right, got to get the heat bed. I got to go ahead and pull the steel sheet off of it, which we had on there to keep the magnets in place. That has to go on. We use the M3/14. I think this is it. Feel like that's it. Let me see. That looks like it could be it. Let me make sure. Okay, I see a new one, so I'm just going to go ahead and use a new one that is marked appropriately. But yeah, I actually think the XL, so people look at the XL and they say it's too expensive, it's too expensive, it's too expensive, but dude, it's a completely upgradable 3D printer. You can start with just a single hot end, you know, or a single nozzle, whatever. And then, you know, literally whenever the hell you want, upgrade it to a dual, and then you have multi-material capabilities. Like, especially if you're printing nylon, the ability to have like nylon and like a PLA or even an ABS materials that don't stick for your support material. Oh man, like once you start doing multi-material supports, it's one of those, like, once you try it, going back is basically impossible. Yeah, yeah, like, so it's currently $1,600 for the Mag X and an enclosure. Okay, so it's on sale. The Mag X, I will tell you, is a lot more beta than the XL. The XL is a much more well-refined product, in my opinion. My XL paid for, like, dude, if you're doing a $2,000 print job right now, you could literally have that entire print job go and basically pay for an XL. Just saying, right? Is it going to be as fast as a bamboo? Technically, no, it's not. That is one of the, oh, that is using that weird nut driver. Okay. It is one of the unfortunate things. The XL is not amazingly fast, but if you do multi-material supports, yeah, way more better. Way more better. Is so good. I'm never going back to, like, yeah, never going back. All right, so we got to get these little teeny tiny screws. These are the cutest little screws. I'm a little worried that they're quite delicate because you don't have a lot of thread available, but this is certainly easier than trying to align all of those things on the bed like you used to have to do. So props where it is due. There is a torque method for this, so I'm just going to go through and just kind of finger tighten them, you know, just not giving it the full, you know, meat and potatoes, but we'll torque them here in just a second. I just want to get them kind of started and threaded in before we go any further. It's interesting, these are shinier screws than what I'm used to from Prusa, so I'm wondering if these are different manufacturers. So it wants you to do, we're on step 22 for reference, tightening the heat bed. We are going to tighten the center screw first. How much further does this go? I thought I had it pretty tight, but I guess not. Okay, there we go. All right, then it wants you to do these ones here, so the tops and the sides. So we will do that. Yeah, I don't know. I get the Mark IV is a smaller machine. It's not much smaller than a Bamboo. It really isn't. People say that it is, but in my opinion, it's really not. Very few print jobs that I run on the Bamboo that I couldn't fit on a Mark IV. But some people like using every millimeter. I get it. It's just not me. So I am going to go back through, make sure that everything is tight here, make sure it's torqued. That bed wiggles more than I want it to. Is something amiss here? Is like, oh, well, I can't easily fix that now. Just trying to see if it's the mounts or the bearing. I know this is like impossible for you guys to see. So let me see if I can make it possible for you guys to see. If it is the mounts, I gotta take the build plate off. All right, I gotta pull build plate off. Those mounts are not tight, so they have likely loosened up over the years. Do I have a Torx T10 here? I do. I do. Ooh. That one's real tight. Just try to crack it loose here. There we go. Okay. When you're doing upgrades, it is a great time to check to make sure you don't have any maintenance you need to do. Just don't do what I do and check it after. Because bit of an oopsie daisy on my side, but it happens. Crack it loose manually. So we're gonna cheat a little bit. We're gonna rotate the bed on that center post, and should give us enough room to tighten those a little bit more. Okay. I might have to take these little tiny screws out, which I'm not looking forward to. Are they magnetic? No, not really. Cool. Yep. Now's the right time to do maintenance if you haven't done it yet, which clearly isn't obvious. I have not. This printer has been out of commission in our shop for a while now. It ran for, what, maybe 3 or 4 years. We changed around the way that we had everything placed in the shop, and it didn't fit. So it became a spare printer. Nope, I gotta pull everything off. All right, no big deal. Became a spare. So, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten. You can see everything's just a little bit loose. We're gonna go and tighten these hex keys here. So I want to make sure everything is nice and tight. Hendrik says, I like rotation. Yeah. BLD Design says, got my filament. Thank you, Printed Solid and Grant. Yes, we are doing a giveaway. The last roll that we give away today will be Jesse's Elixir So if you want to get some elixir, make sure to get in there and be present when we give away the filament. You have a pretty decent chance right now. I'm only seeing 30 people watching. So it's pretty good odds. Oh yeah, that's way more better. I'm just hoping that I'm not spinning the nut in place. The fact that this all of a sudden got really loose. Nepo says I try to stay awake. Nepo, you can win a shirt, which I'm still working on. That has unfortunately been placed on a bit of a hold currently. Got some other things right now that are quite important that I need to take care of. So I'm terribly, terribly sorry. And Zerno in our server does not let me forget that they are still waiting for shirts. Okay. All right. One more time. Nepo says, I'm in Florida in February. I pick it up. Nepo, in February, I will give you a roll of elixir. Just tell me what it is, and I will get you a roll of elixir when you are here in February. How does that sound? I can do that for you. Nepo does not live in the United States. Nepo is in our Discord server, $10 tier and higher, of course, and she can tell you we have a pretty awesome group of people that do awesome things. Nepo, you're welcome to share with the class if you'd like the news in your life, but we got to learn some pretty cool news in Nepo's life. But if you don't want to share it with the class, you don't have to. Just Carver says, Prince all out of Florida. No, they're out of Newark, Delaware. We actually just got done visiting them about 2 weeks ago now, because the hurricane has completely ruined my sense of time. Big storms like this normally do that because we're just taken away from things for so long. And if you guys missed today's episode, go check it out because Mr. Hendrick here, Electroplating 3D Prints, is featured in it with his golden C3PO, which I think is just so cool. Nepo says, I adopted a dog this Saturday. He's a young refugee from Ukraine war. Yes, he is an adorable little puppy, and we love him, even though he's an older man. But he is still a very good boy. We love him so much. Absolutely love the doggo. It is great to see. We have an entire channel in our server dedicated. It's called Post Your Pets. It's all we want in there because, some days you just got a bad day. And I'll tell you, when we were doing nothing but heavy manual labor right after the storm, cleaning up the shed that is now in like 800 pieces, seeing that channel at the end of the day was pretty freaking awesome. BLD Designs with the $5 saying towards the ad-free streams. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Thank you all. If you don't know what's going on with all that, we actually have ads turned off while we are live. And the idea there is so that you don't have an interrupted experience. And every now and then just ask for a couple of bucks to help make that kind of thing possible. Alrighty dighty. We've got more stuff going on here, so let's pick this up. Because it does appear that we have to do some other wiring. So we have to guide the Heatbed cables into the printer. And we got to connect everything. So we're going to go ahead and get this into the printer. I believe, yep, there is. There is a dedicated hole on this just for a little bit of nylon, which is kind of cool, right? That's like something they didn't need to do, but they totally added it, and I kind of love it. I think it's super cool. So there's a lower hole. That's where the little piece of nylon goes. And it should really assist in keeping everything in place. All right, so we need to get a couple of parts now. It is now time to get the Heatbed cover. Is that it? It's got my logo on it, so it must be. All right, for that, we are going to need M3x6. Up next is the Wi-Fi. I will be skipping that because we will not be installing that on this machine. Well, I guess I can put it on. Well, no, I don't want it on at all. It's a nice thing. If you don't want Wi-Fi, just don't. You don't even have to just like disable it. You can literally just take it off the machine. To give you an idea, this is the Wi-Fi chip. Like this is literally the Wi-Fi. You can take it off. So if you don't want Wi-Fi on your Prusa printers, and let's say you run a secured environment like we do, you now have the opportunity to do all that. And I think that is super cool. I recognize that, the kind of work that we do is somewhat unique when it comes to content creation, right? It's like not a lot of content creators are also doing, ITAR and CMMC level work for the government. That doesn't mean that even if you are a home gamer that you shouldn't care about network security and all that. It was a recommendation in our server that we do a network security video. I'm like, no one's going to watch it. I got enough hate for the bamboo log file videos and stuff like that. And I'm like, no one cares. Like, it's very obvious that, unfortunately, people do not care about network security. And that's okay. Some of you do, but the vast majority of people do not. And, well, it's a bit of a bummer. Not going to lie. I got to connect the Heatbed cable, but I don't know what screws to use for that. I'm guessing they are specifically labeled, and I'm just a big dummy and don't see them. So, power terminal screws. See? Yeah, totally labeled. See? Big dummy once again. Winslow Joy says $4.99. My offering to Victoria. Maybe I'll see if I can get her before the end of it. Stream? Oh, no. Interesting. Some things are odd. Weird. Sorry, guys. I don't see that it's an issue on my side, so maybe it's a YouTube side thing. For once in a while, I can reasonably confidently say it's not my fault. Okay. Positive goes here. Yeah, Winslow Joy, $5 for the cat. Thank you. $4.99 for the gato. I laughed my butt off when I saw NRB touching your stuff. What? I don't even understand that reference. Is there a reference there that I don't understand? I'm sorry. Huh. Anyways, Ashley Williams says, I have 3 Mark IV Wi-Fi spares, and now I have Mark IV's upgrade kits. They're kind of useless now. Oh, well. Nathan builds robots touching everything on Hendrick's table. Oh, okay. NBR. You were talking to Hendrick, not to me. Yeah, there were like 8 different signs that said, don't touch, don't touch, don't touch. And I was a good boy. I didn't touch until, I was told that I could, right? Respect. Respect. Okay. Gotta respect others. That's a big deal for me. Respect. So Swans and Ducks asks one question, is it worth it? Right now, I say that it is. I think that the added speed alone makes this a pretty valuable asset. So I am going to put the cover on because I don't want it to just like be floating with a hole open or the pins available for something to get stuck in. So I am going to plug the Wi-Fi hole, but we are not going to do anything beyond that. And you know what? In 4 minutes, we'll give away a spool of filaments. So if you aren't entered, please do. This will be for Jesse PLA or Jesse PETG from Printed Solid. So if you do want to get a free roll of filament and you are in the United States, if you're not in the United States, got a couple of options for you. You can get a shirt when those become available. And, or we can donate that value to the Sanjay Mortimer Foundation. I have a call with them next week. We're going to be finalizing everything about the crazy things we're doing this year to raise some money, which would be cool. Let's go to the next step. Reward yourself. No. If you don't remember from last time, at some point during the process, my Haribo got a little warm, and it is now just a flat brick of gummy bear. So I cannot reward myself, unfortunately. All right, next step. It is now time to look at these cables. That's gonna be so much fun. What do we have to do? Well, I'm just going to follow the directions. I don't know if I need to do this or not because this machine has been slightly upgraded over the years. So I will follow the directions, which is to go ahead and cut the zip ties on the top. At least we finally get to take this one into the proper cable sleeving rather than the semi-old style. So we'll need the cable sleeving and the nylon zip tie, which we can get. There's a big, oh, that's the big adapter cable. Okay. All right, we've got that. And we need 3 zip ties, which we've got available right there. We have to cut the nylon filament. We got to cut an angle about 1 centimeter from the bent end and turn it into a sharp tip. Okay. We're cutting on the upward, yep. And that's gone forever. Okay. Cut an angle, cut a sharp tip, which we did. Cool. We now got to get this thing taken apart. This is an old style cable chain system where you had to use zip ties to hold everything together. Just ignore that. It is not the current way of doing it, for reference. I'm going to pull back the sheathing because it does not appear that we need it anymore, as well as the old nylon filament, which we do not need anymore. And put that over there. It now wants us to go ahead and spread them. There's no way not to make terrible jokes at this constantly. I'm just going to be real clear with you guys. And then we got to find the hole. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, guys. This is it's just the way it's going to be. Do I get first try? Kind of. Good enough for the girls I go out with. All right, we want this to be facing upwards, which it currently is. Okay, and then that's it. And now we got to rewrap everything. Cool. That was a lot of work to just insert a new piece of nylon. I wonder why we couldn't just keep the old one. It's kind of odd. Would have preferred to keep the old one, but whatever. Jimmy Johansson says, I need a shirt soon. Seabass says, raisins of monies. Just take a bit off take a bite off the brick. I don't understand. Winslow Joyce says, where can I find your Prusa Mafia shirt? That is all coming soon, TM. The bend is important later. Yes. Spread it and insert it. It's a thinner sleeve. It is definitely thinner than the old sleeve. I will tell you that much. The old sleeve on this machine was thicker, and before they did all of this extra stuff. In fact, this machine is like a cobbled together mess of a machine. I love it, to be clear. It's one of our workhorse machines when it was running, but definitely bit of a cobbled together mess. Oh no, I ran out of RAM? No, I didn't. Stop it, YouTube. You're fine. Are we dropping frames? What the heck's going on here? Yeah, the CPU got angry. I have plenty of RAM. I have 14 gigs free. Why were you so angry there? Huh. All right, whatever. Whatever. Something's wrong. Could be a YouTube thing. How much RAM? There's 32 in this PC. 32 in this PC. Gotta get the cable bundle. This is always the hardest thing with these machines. Like, no doubt, this is truly the worst part of any printer build, in my opinion. Oh, by the way, those of you that that yelled and yelled and yelled about the belts on the Trident being really easy and I'm an idiot, you're going to love the video that comes out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, because I think you're really going to like it. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Yeah, it's interesting. So it could have been just a Chrome thing, which probably makes more sense at this point. Chrome seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. Now with their new thing blocking uBlock origin, and just, I don't know. It might be time to break up with Chrome, which is kind of a weird thing, but it might be time. Is it a video with a certain bearded man? Well, I mean, that's not descriptive enough in this industry. But yes, it is a video with a certain bearded man. Winslow Joyce says, this printer have a V6 or a Revo? It is a V6 printer. We actually don't have any farm printers that run Revos. Mainly because I have a massive inventory of V6 parts, and we don't find ourselves changing over very often. I do need a loom insertion tool. I know. Yell at me later. I know. I even talked about this earlier. And stupidly, I don't have it. I know that's just going to end up going in there, so I'm just going to, like, put it in that general. All right, I got to get all this together. Is it the year of the Firefox? Probably. Chrome is just kind of hurting itself at the moment. I don't know. This is all this PC does is just streaming. Like, it doesn't do anything other than streaming. Yeah, it sits in my garage. It's an HP Elite desk, for reference. Like, It's not a fancy computer. Geek Tech Studio says the 3 to 3.5 is a fun little upgrade. Hi there. Hi, Geek Tech Studio. It was great seeing the both of yous at 3D Printopia. I don't know if you saw it, but at the end of the first 3D Printopia video, we have the arm of the robot falling off. So, yeah. I know that was a thing that that we were talking about. And I can export that whole clip if you still need it. So if you do still need that whole clip, let me know. It's like the one time we're having the 360 has like been really... So for those that don't know, Geek Tech brought a ridiculous 3D printed mech. It was big. It's like, what, 7 feet tall or so? Unfortunately, one of the arms broke off. And we happened to be filming with Polymaker Education right when that happened. And we had our 360 camera up on top of the main rig. We are still releasing Rocky Mountain 360 footage. It takes me a while to get approval for it because a lot of it is behind the scenes stuff, and companies want to make sure that there isn't stuff in there that's said that they can't have on camera. But yeah, there was some 360 footage from that, and it was kind of funny. So when it initially happened, we were like, so what do we do? Do we tell them that we have the footage? Like, and it wasn't until we saw Geek Tech later on that night that we're like, hey, by the way, we captured that in 360. Like, oh, can we get a copy? I'm like, oh God, thank you. Okay, yeah, I can get you a copy because I was really concerned. All right, I want to put the zip ties on this thing. Oh, okay, it totally says put the zip ties back on. All right, I'm gonna put the zip ties back on because like it's starting to become a real pain in the butt. Remember, kids, the hole for your zip tie should be in the middle of the bag. The middle of the bag. That's starting to bother me, so... I know there's a special way to do the zip ties. Yeah, it has to be up on the top. Because otherwise, they run into things. One of the harder challenges with the Mark III is the wiring. I think the Mark IV went a lot easier for me. I could be wrong, but... definitely I thought that the Mark IV was easier. I could have just been less stressed. I don't know. You know, that's how things go sometimes. You get really stressed and it kind of bleeds into other aspects of your life. And well, suffice to say, it's been very stressful lately. But we are okay. And that is ultimately what matters. Remember, kids, you cut your zip ties at an angle so that the next person, who's probably you, cuts themselves and cusses at the previous person because the zip ties are sharp. I'm joking. Don't cut your zip ties sharp. Okay, cool. All right, Geek Tech's gonna reach out via DM. Yeah, just hit me up on Discord or something. I'll get it to you. I ran out of mine putting the sleeve wrong a couple of times, yeah. Love that green filament used on the printer. It looks good. I forget what this stuff was, but down here, this is green ice. That was green ice. It was printed solids green ice. But yeah, Amber's outside washing her car. I can hear the pressure washer every now and then. Both of our cars got filthy during the storm. Thankfully, nothing... I mean, the inside of my car got a little wet. Hilariously, so I was watching my POV video. So we filmed any time that I went out during the storm or right after the storm. Oh, yep. OSRX Butcher says, I think you said you were giving away filament in 4 minutes. It was a little over 4 minutes ago. Yep, let me finish this loom and then we'll give away some filament. I didn't notice that my car actually had water in it. The seats had gotten wet, the back seats, so I think the wind and rain overwhelmed my sunroof drain, and inside of my car got wet. Not the first time that's happened, so it's no big deal. But it's a bummer. It's just one more thing you gotta handle. And of course, when we were leaving my car open to dry, birds made their way into the car and one of them pooped on my back seat, which is just funny to get bird poop on the back seat. All right. Yes, OSXR Butcher is correct. We got to give away some filament. So let's sort the rows and columns and all of that. Today is the 16th. Seriously, that's it? 37 to 52. That's all the people that entered today? All right, that's fine. No big deal. I don't care. You guys have a really good chance. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. A 1 in 16 chance of winning a roll of filament. Hey, fine by me. Shuffle that a bit. Give away a roll. Who's it going to? Got to make sure they did the math right. You make sure the math was right. It is TJ. TJ wins a roll of filament from Printed Solid. Thanks, TJ. TJ wins. Gotta be there. Gotta be there to win. Better the back seat than the driver's. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Again, we got lucky. We got lucky. TJ's there. Let's go. I think TJ's won before, too. So, there are some fun stories at Printed Solid. I guess word did not get to the shipping department that we were doing this, and there was a bit of a WTF when orders came through for free. So bonus points, team doing their job, right? Like the shipping guy's like, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right. So he raised the red flag, which is pretty darn cool. Is this my part? Yeah, that's my part. Oh, that's probably bird poop. That's cool. Love that for me. Absolutely love that for me. All right, we're looking for an extension cable. Is none of those. Oh, was I supposed to redo the bed wiring? No, that's for something different. I probably was, but I didn't. Oh well. All right. I think they're in here. The A and B. No, this is just like one big squid cable. So no, not it. What do we need? What do we need this for? Because I might have already done this. Okay, I did. It's for the Z. And the Z actually uses the old style of cable chain, which is funny because it doesn't. It doesn't come with new cable chain or cable sleeving for that. Did the bed come with new? Can I use the old one from the bed on it? I'll cut it shorter. I don't know. Does anybody remember if it did? Oh yeah, it totally did. Because there's the bed right there. Okay. Yeah. I'll I'll steal it. No big deal. It's not the same length, but it's close enough. It's close enough. All right, hold on. Hold on. Hey, she also gets to look a little bit nicer too. You gotta love it. Grant, when is the Grant versus Bird stream? Oh, I don't know. Gentle with that one big squid cable. Noted. Noted. Okay. And there is a bed wire change because I've got the old bed wire still on the old motherboard, and this is definitely not the old cable from the bed. Pay no attention. We're definitely following the instructions perfectly. We do nothing wrong here. I think the birds must have perched up above my set. They were pooping down. I don't know. It's really weird. Birds, how do they work? How do they work? Government security drones, really. Because birds aren't real. Birds aren't real. You guys know this. We all know that birds aren't real. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that just said birds aren't real. Seabass agrees. Birds are not real. Alrighty. So we got this that goes, they both go into here. So I'm just gonna put that wire through, get that stuck in there. Now, the thing I don't know is like how much excess we're gonna have. So because we're not using the correct thing for the correct thing, you feel me? So yeah, might get a little bit weird there for a bit. Aha! Oops, there goes the print part. That's okay. Because that's where the filament goes. It goes into here. Very interesting how Prusa makes you cut the part. Like, I wouldn't think that that would be something that you have to do. I guess the assembly, like the assembly from their side is easier to bend both sides. I don't know. I have no clue. It's interesting nonetheless. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, some of this stuff is a little bit difficult to do on camera. Okay, there goes that. I gotta get everything pushed in, because that's only going to turn this thing into an absolute rat's nest. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Right, one little piece at a time, I guess. So, yeah. Definitely this is where the wiring becomes a lot more difficult. I'm going to have to redo all of the cable management inside of this machine, because at this point I am just getting everything to fit. Yep, don't ask questions. Just close it up, hide the shame, move on. That's what we're doing. Crap. Which one of these gets the, of course it's, yep, it's this part. This part gets the square nuts that I completely missed. Dang it. Where are the square nuts? Where are the square nuts? Got the square nuts. and demonetized because it gets picked up by content algorithms. Because at this point, anybody can copyright anything according to YouTube. Hooray! Do 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 do. Oh, come on. I'm trying not to take the cables out. But I did it the wrong way, and it's clearly not my fault. I didn't follow the directions perfectly, and clearly I'm not the one to blame. No, I'm definitely the one to blame here. Definitely the one to blame. I'm going to grab some pliers. By pliers, I really mean side cutters or flush cutters or whatever you want to call them. There is, of course, another term for them, but I will not use it because it is also a derogatory term for a protected class of people. Okay. All right. I think we got it. All right. I now have to install bolts. Nah, man. It wants me to leave this free for right now, but I definitely want to screw it in a little bit. Sorry, I'm going to deviate a smidge. It will make my life a lot easier. So I'm going to do it to make my life just a smidge easier. If I come back to regret it, you guys can make fun of me. But I'm going to deviate. Oh no, caught it. I don't want these to just be flopping around. I think they're gonna cause more problems. I think I've got enough slack in everything. So for right now, I am minimally going to secure the top piece in. I don't have to bolt it together from there, but I do want the top piece at least minimally put back together. Okay. All right, good enough. I can tighten both of those. Beautiful. All right, now we gotta do some wiring, it looks like. Yep, it's time to do some wiring. All right, gonna stand back up. Gonna flip the printer on its side here for you guys. And we're gonna get this absolutely ridiculous cable squid. Look at that thing, man. Look at that thing. No, I'm sorry. I really want to close this up. It makes me very uncomfortable just to have, like, those cables with the ability to flop around like that. It really does make me uncomfortable. Like, I'm gonna break something majorly problematic or something like that. Because, like, these cables were supposed to be cable managed, and oh no. Okay, hold on. Ah, okay, I see. Oh, dude. All right, so yep, I've already regretted doing this because, oh, that is a really, really cool design choice. All right, so whoever designed this piece did it with cable management in mind. That is really interesting. All right, you guys can laugh at me here for a second because I did things against the way the instruction manual said, thinking that I want my cables to be manageable. But see, it told you early on to route these cables, the ones that are plugged in, kind of like underneath the board. And if you didn't have this black piece on top in place, you'd be able to still do that. So, all right, what I need to do is route all of those cables down and underneath. Because what's going to happen is that when Oh, dude, that is such... Again, it's like the little freaking attentions to detail. Most companies don't think about this stuff. Mind you, most companies don't even provide this level of support, but most companies don't think about that little thing there. It forces cable management upon you. And that is, honest to God, super freaking cool. I was wondering why this part was the length that it was. It didn't make sense because it didn't need to protrude in as much as it did, but it's there to deal with the cable management. Dude, that's bloody brilliant. That's bloody freaking brilliant. Brilliant. Hey, get some water if you haven't had any. Oh, okay. All right, so we got this crazy looking cable squid. I'm going to try to just kind of like get a lot of these cables somewhat separated and in a reasonable semblance of order. I can clearly tell that this goes there, which is nice to see. This is PF, so that's going to be print fan, which is probably this 3-wire connector. Ooh, we don't actually know. All right, we'll start with the extruders that it wants us to do. So it wants us to do the E for extruder. So that can go together like that. We've got, what the heck is this? F. Oh. Okay. All right. H is your thermistor wire. Where'd that little thing go? Got that. And P is the pinda. P for pinda. Okay. Sweet. HF is the hot end fan, which for this one is sleeved. So this one is sleeved. So HF hot end fan minus sleeved. We've got F. Okay, and there it goes. All right, so F is a it requires polarization, but it's not all that easy to figure out. But red to red, and life is good. Okay. And then PF is going to be the print fan, which is my assumption here. Yep, print fan. We already got the heater. And then you have this big ol' chungus of wires. Goes into here. And here. Very cool. Where the hell's this go? This is E. Wait. Right. E goes somewhere else. Right? Okay. This printer at some point in its life must have had a it had a new motor here, and it's an extruder motor. This is an extruder motor on the x-axis, so it says E, but it's not. It's an X-axis cable. Uh, that's actually hilarious. That is actually hilarious, and I think that is absolutely beautiful. So funny. He says, yeah, this file will take me the entire day to go through. I'm not starting it now. Ah, bummer. It is a huge rat's nest. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does look like a bit of a rat's nest. We have two zip ties to work with here to kind of clean it all up. So I'm gonna do my best here. I make zero promises that it's going to look any better than stock, but I'm gonna try. So it does want you to like manage this, but I'm not certain. I'm not certain I want to. I think it's kind of okay just hanging out, but I guess if you really need me to, I can do it. Just was not really within my plan. I'll do it. It's a bit rat's nesty, I'm not gonna lie. Still, the coolest thing in here is that freaking tool for the zip ties. All right, we're gonna cut our zip tie tails down a little bit. We're not gonna tighten them very much. We want to keep the wires out of the way, but we don't want them too tight. We don't want to stress anything, right? That we don't want to stress it, right? We just want it to look okay. So, alrighty. Am I allowed to like screw the freaking connector in up top? Can I do that yet? Well, I say screw it. I should just do it. But it doesn't technically say to do it yet, so I haven't. Whatever. Okay, we now need the cover and that piece. We need that piece, and we need the other side of the XLCD. There it is. Okay. Got those pieces. Put it all together later. I'm not too worried about it. We're going to need M3x6 and M3x10. Got them both right there. Beautiful. Two M3x10s. Okay, 1 and 2. Why do you not go down? Go down, please. Hello? There we go. Oh, man. I'm like trying to find the damn hole. Oh. Would be nice if these had a bit of taper to them so you could, like, get the part through correctly, but whatever, I get it. If we use one that doesn't allow any slop, it should... Jeez. Story of my friggin' life, man. Because your hat sticker, Chris Focus, the printer board is quite fuzzy. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that actually happening? Okay, here. There. Put it on backwards for a little bit so you guys can kind of see what's going on. I'm not a hat wearer, so I just thought it'd be funny to write hard on the hat to make it a hard hat, and never took the hat off. I was not going to wear the hat during the stream, but whatever. Gotta rep the brands that rep you. Rob Stark, $10, says never been here for streams, but YouTube Premium. So I downloaded, listened to him at work. Used to think you were an arrogant a-hole first, now just arrogant, but rightfully so. Impressed by your knowledge of both resin and filament. Am I supposed to be upset by this? Am I supposed to be upset that someone thinks I'm arrogant? Knowledgeable and arrogant are two very different things. I've been doing this for a long time. A really long time. Does that make me arrogant? No, it doesn't. Does it make me more likely to be a bit of an a-hole? Yeah, probably. Ain't gonna lie there. You know, certainly, like when someone's like, no, I've been doing this for 2 days. You're wrong. I'm like, no, I'm not wrong. No, I'm not. I promise. I know what I'm doing. Please and thank you. And so maybe there's some arrogance there, but I'd like to believe, especially, I guess if you get to know me outside of all of this, I'm a relatively humble person. I don't toot my own horn very often. In fact, I find it incredibly uncomfortable to do. Yeah, I don't believe I'm arrogant. I'm sure I have moments of arrogance. I think everybody does. But I don't find myself to be very arrogant. But hey, whatever. Thanks for the $10, I guess. I think. Am I supposed to, like... I don't know how to feel about that! I don't know how to feel! I'm a man and I don't know how to feel! He said, nah, man, you know a lot. Most 3D printer people don't know about both. I meant it in a good way, my guy. I'm not certain arrogance is the right word to use there, but is that arrogant of me to correct somebody when... Ah! Constant self-doubt! Constant self-doubt! Nah, I'm a relatively down-to-earth person. Most people know that. Especially if you spend time in our Discord. Which, yes, you do gotta pay for. Hate me later for it. But, you know, if you do spend time in our Discord, people know. Seabass says, what is happening? You gotta pay attention. Mallet says, yes, anger, I feel. Soon the dark side you'll go. Eccentric, maybe. Oh, absolutely eccentric. 100%. On the spectrum, 100%. Right? Like, you know, look, we part of being a human, I think, and just like kind of working on yourself is understanding your own flaws. I'm putting the screws on the cover here. But part of it is kind of understanding your flaws and knowing what you do well and what you don't, right? It's like, I am really trying to do better about my storytelling, and I find that our videos actually struggle quite a bit in the view department because I'm not an amazing storyteller. I'm okay, right? But the hook that keeps people coming back for more, that keeps you coming back for more, is just not always there for us. And it's something that some channels know really well and some don't. I mean, great example, right? We talked about him in today's video. Jan from Yantech. Jan really has storytelling down. He's figured it out. He knows what to do. And his channel is way smaller than it has any reason to be. But he's also only been creating content for like 6 months, right? The man's relatively new to the content side. And he's just doing a bang-up job, like, sincerely. I mean it with the purest sincerity that I could, right? I mean, truly an amazing job on content. And it's very interesting to see how, since he's a much better storyteller, he can earn a lot more views than we can, where storytelling is unfortunately not really my strong suit. And I kind of suck at that. And well, I wish I didn't. I really wish I was better at it. And so that's something that I am actively working on. And for those that hang out in our Discord, some of you will know that, some of you won't. But yeah, streaming's very different. Streaming's a whole different animal, man. It's a whole different freaking animal. All right, so we got to put the new label on the printer. And I guess yeah. So we want to. I'm sure it told me to close that up at some point, but I didn't. So we're gonna put the Mk3.5 next to the Mark III, just because I can, and I think that that's funny. So we're gonna do 3.5 like that. Okay. Beautiful, bellissimo. Why is this not sticking? Hello? All right, whatever. We have the new safety sticker, which I'm gonna leave off. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and leave the safety sticker that's on there. And of course, we have the brand new decals for the 3.5 to put it on there. I'm going to do this. You don't have to. It is completely optional, and it wants it to go like that. But I'm going to do it. I think it's going to look really cool on this thing, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Oh, it wants the sticker on the back of the printer. Well, that's not where I put it. I put it up top, where it is for the... Whatever, man. I put it up top. Easier for me to read. I don't follow directions, damn it. Little Nepomuck with the €2 says, have to go to bed, work starts early. Have a good night, Nepo. It's great having you hang out with us. Rob Stark says, well, I think you're pretty okay. Didn't mean in any negative way, just busting your balls a little. You know, a mildly backhanded compliment. You can't just super chat and say how great you are. Oh, okay. I guess not. I mean, sure. Sure. Safety is number 3rd priority. That's right. It's got the old safety label is on there. Get off of me. Get off of me. All right, we gotta... Oh, come on. Pick it up. We gotta get the sticker to peel off cleanly, which we did. Now we're going to apply the sticker. Ashley, are you proud of me right now? I am not. I not only removed the coating on the screen for you, I'm applying stickers. And for those that don't understand that joke, that's been a very long-standing joke on this channel. So... Did the original come out? Yeah, it did. Okay. All right, so... I don't know if this is going to stick, to be honest with you. Yeah, literally none of it sticks. Okay. What do they want you to do to get it to stick? Do they, like... I don't really tell you what to do. Do I have any alcohol out here? No, I don't. I'm assuming there's just, like, finger oil and grease and grime and gunk on there, so... Let me give it a little wipe down here real quick, just with a little corner here. It is PLA versus PETG, but it shouldn't matter. It might be because of the Ember Prototypes plate. I don't know. But yeah, that did not stick at all, which is kind of weird. It should stick quite well because it's a decal. It's a decal. Everybody loves the decals. Wow. Yeah. No, it doesn't stick at all. Okay. Huh. I didn't think that was going to be the thing that, like, held me up. The freaking stickers. Is the part dusty? It shouldn't be. Huh. Cue the Price is Right fail. Try it again. Don't get me wrong, it's really pretty, but ultimately, sticker fail, hashtag unsub, Andrew Rogers says. Yep. Unsub 3D Musketeers. He doesn't know how to use a damn sticker. All right. I'm applying just lots of pointed pressure to some areas on this. Basically, just using a fingernail to really kind of give it. I'm going to leave that on there for a little bit. Ashley is right. Hell, you have an XL. You should just print it in color on the XL. Ashley's right. You know, they're completely right. That's probably what I should do. That would have been cool. I didn't do that, but that would have been cool. Oh. Okay. Theoretically, we're done. So I guess I did miss the part where I was supposed to screw those two pieces together. So let's do that. And yes, you will notice that there is a wire hanging from the bottom of my machine. If you are new here, I did not know off the top of my head when I was talking with my contact about this machine that it was a silver power supply. I thought it was a black power supply unit. So I got sent the wrong stuff. It's completely my fault. I am not fixing it at the moment. So it's just the power panic, which for me is not that big of a deal because we have a lot of battery backups, and so we don't have a power problem. I just recently proved it this past weekend that I don't have a power problem when we ran a lot of the life support systems here at the shop and my house on full battery. That is not an M3x18, is it? It can't be. What size are you? You said M3x18, didn't you? Yeah, totally did. Totally said M3x18. That's a really big screw, but all right, whatever, dude. You know, you do you. I'm just here, man. The thing I don't know is if that needs to be any longer. So for right now, we're gonna get it most of the way there, and then we'll leave it. But yeah, I just wanna get this reasonably captive right now, so it doesn't all get messed up on me. I think Amber's rinsing the cars. I can hear the pressure washer running a bunch, which means I think she's rinsing cars. All right, whatever. I'm just going to leave them like that for right now. I don't know how much cable I need for the x-axis, so we're going to find out. We're just going to run the machine up and down a little bit, and I know we're going to have to flash it with firmware, so that is going to be something that we have to do here pretty soon. Most likely the machine is going to fail its self-test because it doesn't have Power Panic enabled, so that is something that that it will likely fail for, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it, but we did technically finish it. Mollet says, in my upgrade log I posted what to do with Power Panic to prevent firmware, complaining about it if you need to. I don't want to post it public for liability reasons. Yeah, I mean, they do sell the thing for it. I just, I don't have it, and quite frankly, at the moment, it's not that big of a deal to me. It'll complain. That's okay. For right now, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not really worried about it. You just need a small piece of wire. I know. I saw what you did, buddy. I feel the same way that you do. I think it's totally fine too. However, I will not do it on camera. So, come on over. Come on over. There's Amber B. Everybody say hi to Amber. She brought me a juice box. See, everyone, you have a little juice box. Did you get yourself a juice box? So you brought one to me, but the person who's working outside didn't get one for themselves. It is nice outside. That's fair. It is quite nice outside. Mollet says hi. Hi. I'm seeing who else says hi to you. Mollet says hi to the juice box. Jimmy says hi. Not a lot of people on this one. Okay. That's okay. Hello to all the people that are... Stephen Cullen says hi. Ronnie says hi. Ashley says hi. Everybody loves Amber.
I wish I had a juice box for all of you.
Yeah. I don't know, Amber. We got juice boxes during the storm, or right after the storm, because or was it before? It was before. Okay. Because we knew there was going to be a lot of labor involved, and well, sugar and calories help out a lot. Oh man, so you gotta shut the screen. Otherwise the cat comes out here. I mean, that's fair. Oh, the cat's watching you. Okay. Andrew Rogers says hi. Jan Y says hi. Kali says hi. Sparks on Tap says hi. Suntour Camper says hello from Denmark. Da Vinci 10 says howdy, Amber. Andrew Mayhall, the king of sticky, says hi as well.
Hello. I'm about to wax my car.
You about to be Mr. Miyagi? Nice. Wax on, wax off, young grasshopper. Wax on, wax off. Half your car's claybarred? Andrew Rogers says, big boy earned a juice box. You damn right I did. Whoops. I hit the table a little hard. You damn right I did. You're just jealous. Oakley dokley, neighborino. Yes, big boy earned a juice box. I'm going to down it really fast. Hold on. Time! Oh, it's so much sugar. No regrets. Okay. We were trying to get this printer turned on, right? Yes. Okay. Oh, you know what? Where is... Yeah. Okay. All right, yell at me later. Hush. I gotta find the USB stick for it because it's not running the right firmware. Who knew? Stephen Collins says I'm at work, so I kind of am. I mean, I'm at work too. You just got to have a cooler work, I guess. All right. Get that USB stick in there. Get zoomed in a bit. There we go. We're going to go ahead and flash. Didn't have shotgun and Capri Suns on my bingo card today. Oh, there's a joke there somewhere that I could do that's Florida Man related, but nah, dude, these decals don't stick. Oop, part of the original stuck. I don't know. I'm gonna have to revisit the decal because yeah, I need to load firmware from the website on the stick anyways. Yeah, I just have whatever's on the stick. I haven't done anything special with it yet. Who knew the hardest thing about this was to get the freaking decal to stick down? You know, try a little heat. So this is PLA. I don't want to do that unless I have to. So I'm going to avoid doing it. Yeah. Is it shotgunning if he goes through the straw? All right. Let's do it. Yep, guide me. Make sure the print sheet is installed on the heat bed. Okay. Gotta just make sure there's no kind of shmoo on that print bed. Okay. Sure. Hot in RPM. Gonna test all the fans. I guess I can... That plate is filthy. Yes, it is. It is incredibly filthy. Here, just to upset everybody. Just to upset everybody. Just wipe your grubby mitts. Oh, that's the best, isn't it? I'm gonna clean the bed. Is the hot end fan spinning? Yes. Just making a cat bite mark. I have no cat bite marks. Victoria doesn't bite like that. She'll nibble, but she doesn't bite. Cat owners understand this. Cat owners understand this. So Z's gonna calibrate. Gonna let the Z do its thing. I think this is running an aftermarket Pinda probe. So that's a little bit weird, but whatever, I guess, probably. Belt seems tight, so I'm not too worried there. Oh, that didn't go over all the way, did it? No. Did it run into something? I don't know if it did. What nozzle's on this sprayer? I think it's just a brass nozzle. X-axis, yeah, X-axis said no, so it ran into something. It didn't run into any... What the frig? You didn't run into anything. Yeah, well, what? What? What's your problem? What is your major malfunction, Private? The belt seems fine. Let's give it a little bit of oil. Hello? Is that the beans? No, it's literally the wind. I thought it was the cat opening the door. It's the wind blowing through. It's just the wind. Okay. All right. When in doubt, do what they say on Mythbusters. When in doubt, lubricate. Yes, I am putting oil where you should be doing grease. No, I don't care. Yell at me later. It's one of these cases of if it's jank and it works, it's not jank. Yeah, I got to make sure my actual cables are not contacting anything. And they're not. So I guess I'm a little bit confused as to why that happened. I'm guessing it might be... That's not lard. No, it is sewing machine oil. I do not recommend that you do this. I recommend that you take your printer apart and do it the correct way. But we also recognize here that that is not really all that amenable for a business to do on a long-term process. So, and yes, is a 3.5 for those wondering. It is also in the title. So yeah, it's also in the title. Okay. Little bit of lube. So the reason I use sewing machine oil is it is a thin, it is a thin synthetic lubricant, and that's what it's made for. It is made to be a thin synthetic lubricant, so it does work quite well. However, as Mollet says, linear bearings are cheaper than my time. That's right. That's right. I have to agree on that. Linear bearings are much cheaper than my time. A little bit more on these. We'll see if that helps out. Yep, that worked. Literally just needed some lube. I want to see a printer with proper oil ways on linear bearings. Honestly, yes, I agree with Mr. Mayhall here. I continue running calibration tests, yes. I agree. Like, I want to see a proper way to just inject lubricant through like a Zerk fastener or something like that, right? Or a grease nipple. Like that's what I want to see. Because I think that's the right way to do it personally. I don't like having to take things off and then, you know, use Prusa branded lube with the suppository for your bearings and all that. I don't like that. I don't like that. This is fine. So we're doing the Z-axis calibration now. Jimmy says I use iGoose. I can understand iGoose. I had a bad experience with them with the lulz bot because they don't preload them, so they don't work very well. Preparation minus P. Or Dr. Dave's workshop, are you making a preparation H joke? I have no clue. I don't know if this pin to probe works anymore, so that'll be interesting to see. Does it work? It does! Let's go! Things you should probably check with your printer before you do a live stream, but don't. Sweet. Oh, okay. We're doing the heat bed and nozzle self-test. While we're doing that, I notice that this machine does not have a sock on it. So we need to do that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Check your printer ahead. Oh, no! It's unhappy. Did I do the wiring correct? Probably not. Yeah. I now need to figure out which one of these isn't right. So we're going to go to control, temperature, and we're going to turn the nozzle to like 90°C. And we're going to see if the nozzle comes up in temp, we know it's okay. If the nozzle doesn't move, which it, yeah, the nozzle, nope, the nozzle is not moving. All right, let's see if the heat bed moves. Let's see if the heat bed moves. So you know the nozzle's not working, right? That's not great. Heat bed's not working either. Okay. Just go to cooldown. All right, let's take a look at our wiring, kids, because clearly we've done something wrong. Clearly we've done something wrong. Take out your USB stick before you do any of this. Unplug your printer before you do any of this. I broke the cardinal rule, which is don't button up the electronics until you're done, and I paid the price. Wiring is okay. It's power panic. Really? Because it wasn't heating up. They both will fail. Trust me, I got the same. Well, it wasn't heating up. Power panic shouldn't involve heating. I'm just going to make sure it's correct, though. If it is the power panic, that's going to suck. Because I don't have the right thing for it. Let me just make sure I'm not going crazy. See, that's plugged in. Thermistor's the 2 cable. Yep, there's a thermistor. Thermistor's plugged in. It does stop heating. Okay. Mollet says that it is that. I mean, I'm gonna trust Mollet because he had the same issue that I did. I know I can fix it. It's just a matter of you know, do we like I know I can rig past it. Right? I know I can rig past it. The question is, and I think I already know the answer, but do we do it on stream? And I'm fairly certain the answer is absolutely not. Because Prusa sent us this kit, and I should not be showing people take the power off the printer so you don't get execute. It is. There's no power on the machine. Do an off-camera hack and never show it to the public. Yeah, there's that part of it too, I guess. I'm not trying to hack, right? That can get up there. Let me just see if it's this. If it's this cable. So yeah, if you have a silver power supply, you need to get the adjustment cable. You know what's really funny is my rep is like, hey, do you want me to send you the cable? And I'm like, no, it won't be here in time. It's no big deal. Not knowing that 2 hurricanes were going to very much delay my ability to do this. So that was very, very funny. So that is okay. Technically, this is only 24 volts. So like from a electrocution standpoint, it's really nowhere near enough to be like harmful. However, that doesn't mean approach it with reckless abandonment, whatever the right friggin' term is. I am a professional. I do get paid to do this, so that makes me a professional. Do not try this at home. We are what you call experts. We do this for a living, quoting the Mythbusters. I need to see if this goes into metal. We're okay. Oh no, it definitely doesn't. Okay. So I think it has to do with this ground cable that is not attached to anything. I would love for it to go right there, but it won't fit through that screw hole. So there are some smaller. I'm just debating on like how janky we get on stream. Like, I don't mind if it's like, you know, janky off camera. I care that like we could be setting a bad example for some people. All right, I know this one goes in there, so give me just a second. That's a really short screw. We'll see if we can make it fit, make it work. If Mollet's right, and this is, no. If Mollet's right, this is just power panic, and the machine is going to fail, but I didn't notice it trying to heat up when I did it manually. Mollet, oh, it doesn't know and it won't engage the heaters. Oh. Okay. All right, I'm going to go to the Discord server and see what Mollet did. And, I just got to see. Just got to see what Mollet did. And see if it's something that I feel comfortable with doing on stream or not. And as Mr. Mayhall says, 24 volts DC barely has the ability to overcome the resistance of skin. Yeah, skin actually has a fair bit of resistance, and we're not saying to do this, right? Don't just do it. Okay. I can do that. All right. It's a pretty easy thing to do. I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm going to do, and in fact, I'm likely going to turn off the camera, but I need to prepare the supplies to make the hack, so that we can do it. This is supposed to be a ground cable. I don't have an earthing ground for this at the moment, which is kind of funny. But I know what I need to do. So, yeah. Give me like 30 seconds. Let me just make sure I'm reading this right. Mollet, are you sure that the hack that you put in the Discord server is correct? Because if you are, I can do it pretty easily. And I'll get the right cable and do it another day. But I do want to kind of do it correctly. Heard you can feel 9 volts on your tongue, though. Yes, because your tongue is very liquidy and wet and moist. Moist. The skin is not as liquidy, and so it has a higher resistance. Works for me. Confirmed by the Prusa help desk after I'm proven. Oh, after I've proven I'm certified to open PSUs. That's kind of cool. I am not certified to open PSUs, but I'm a certified Florida man, and honestly, that circumvents most certification processes these days. So I'm going to hack this together. I'm going to shut off. Actually, I'm just going to do this because, yeah, because I can. I'm still here. I can still see you guys. I can still hear you guys. But I am going to do a bit of a hack here. And we're going to get this taken care of. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. I have an expert who is apparently much smarter than me that figured out how to do this. So I'm going to trust the fact that the random Polish guy that I've never met, extra details, and a PM on Discord. See, this is what I love my community, man. You guys are just absolute freaking legends. Okay. You guys are legends. Just make sure I get it right. I'm surprised it's this particular cable to do it. I would not have chosen this particular cable to be the one that gets connected to ground. But hey, I know someone who knows more than I do, which is really one of the best parts of life, is knowing people that are smarter than you about different things. Dude, it is my favorite thing in the world to like not be the smartest person in a room. I think it is super flippin' cool. All right, I am almost done. I'm almost back, and as soon as I'm back, we're gonna give away a roll of filaments. Don't worry. Hammer noises in the background. I really should. I should just be like, you know, go get an angle grinder and make a bunch of noise. Oh wait, there's a hammer right here. Hold on. Hit, hammer. Yep, got to use the hammer. There's a tape measure involved. You know, just this power tools, all the power tools. I'll be right back. It's a perfect that the animation is Prusa too. It's a Prusa stream. The reason that is a Prusa in the animation is that it is a fully open source design. So we were able to download the entire model for that and put it into Blender. Okay. All right, look at that. Of course, now we got to check my work and make sure that I did it right. But it's totally correct. We did nothing weird. We did not. Yes, coconuts for horses galloping. I don't have any of that available. It did not involve a hammer. I just grabbed a hammer and just pounded on the table real quick. Yeah. Calibrate and all that. Control. Calibration and test. Heater test. Let's see if it works. I don't think it works. Crap. I don't think I did it right. Nope, I did it wrong. 2 seconds. Let me make sure the wires didn't get messed up. BRB. Bring out your dead. I'm not dead yet. You will be soon. I did it wrong. I did the hack wrong. Can I see how the hack went wrong? No. Oh, am I just stupid? I might be stupid. That's normally what happens here. You're not fooling anyone. Be right back. Hold on. Should just I put a cover back on and I shouldn't have done it. No, that's totally right. Oh. Oh, like a big stupid idiot. I put it in the wrong. Nope. See, don't complete that sentence. If you complete that sentence, don't do that. Don't complete that sentence. Don't complete the sentence. That's a really interesting thing. So, all right, if you make sure that that you do get the right kit, because if you don't, it requires a little bit of hackery. And like that, poof, nothing's changed. All right, one more time. I got to get a new power switch for this thing too. 'Tis but a flesh wound. Yeah, that's what I said. I got enough. What? Stop it! You're fine. I've got enough like fire ant bites on me that looks like I've got chicken pox, man. It's rough right now. Yes, 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 I know. When we're going to do the calibrations, don't you worry your pretty little head. Heater test. Let's see if Mollet's right. Mollet, I don't think you're right. It's not working. It's not working. Nope. All right, I'm just going to reset it because I know it's going to yell at me otherwise. Dang. How did I get ant bites? Well, apparently the fire ants are bloodthirsty at the moment. I'm not exactly certain why. Oh, and I'm fairly certain I did it right. I feel like I'm not an idiot here. Yeah, connect that to that and leave that one doing that. That's what I did. That's what I did. I'm not stupid. Have you seen what I posted in Discord? Yes, that's I followed literally like I've got it open. There's your thread. Huh. Okay, okay. No, the PM. I see that now. I'm gonna go ahead and try that. I'll be right back. Do not try unless you have appropriate training. I'm a Florida man. I don't need training. No, the worst that happens here is you theoretically piss off a power supply. I'm not too worried about that. So I just need 2 seconds. I'm gonna verify it off camera as well. And if it does work off camera, then I can come back on camera and not discuss what I did or how I did it. And tell you just to get the right damn things. Because it's what you should do. You should just get the right thing. Wait a minute. Oh, sugar. Do. That's not what I wanted to do. Do. Florida man is at least as good as an engineering degree. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I'm not an engineer by a long shot. Thankfully, the other thing that I'm not is an idiot. I'm definitely not using blue painter's tape to tape wires together. Look, man, I built a solar array without hurting myself. I built Tesla coils. You don't gotta be the world's smartest person to get stuff done, you know? Who are you kidding? Being a Florida man is better than some dumb piece of paper. Yeah! That's right. Being a Florida man's better than some dumb piece of paper. I don't need some dumb piece of paper to tell me that I'm stupid. I have a Florida driver's license. All right, I got the mod done. I'm gonna see real quick if it does work. If it does work, then we can resume turning the camera back on. But if it doesn't, I'm not as cool as Nero. I don't have like a dancing baby or something. I just got to see if things heat up. No, it should heat up almost instantly, so that's not it. Okay. Mod says painter's tape wires make pretty fun colors. Yeah. Well, good thing it's a signal wire and it's nothing of like major value here. Mollet, I'm sending you a DM. Yeah, the silver power supply doesn't have a ground port. I think it's a floating power supply. Sorry for the wait. Once we get it working, we're gonna give away a roll of filament. So stay tuned. I guess I can just hold the wires together and see what happens. I mean, I can do that too. I'm not afraid to do that. It's not high voltage. So again, for reference, oh, okay. Right, because of the way that people say it elsewhere. Ground, GND, is protected earth, is not protected earth. They're different where I live. Okay, we'll try both wires. Let's see what happens. Give me just a second to make sure that I didn't screw it up. And if I did, nope. That didn't do it. What the frig? Okay, fine. I will do it the original way that I was told. Just like that. Let's see if that works. It is a dangerous hack. I'm not showing you guys how to do it. I'm sorry. I don't want to be responsible if someone tries to do this and hurts themselves. So sorry. Nope, and it's about to yell at me. Yep, there's it yelling at me. Yeah. You're fine. Stop yelling at me. See if that works. It does not. Dang it. Mullet, unfortunately, your hack does not work on my machine. So the machine works. It's no big deal. Nothing bad has happened. But yeah, unfortunately, I think we might have to call this one because I didn't think that Power Panic was that big of a deal, but apparently, for those that don't know, Power Panic also tells the machine to turn the freaking heaters on, which is kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, that's really dumb. I don't like that. I understand why that's there. It's just, yeah. But it does mean that we are probably going to have to call this one a little early. It's not a TOD. It's not a dead printer. I need to check something real quick. I could just go grab a black power supply. I don't have one in inventory, but I could go grab it off of another printer. I just don't really want to know. Jimmy, you can literally look in our Discord and see what I was doing. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, no, I can't easily get to it. I was trying to see the connections to see if they were done the way I was expecting. So the printer is done. It turns on. We unfortunately, well, I guess we can do everything but get it to heat. That's fine. We can show that. So we can't get it to heat. And the reason we can't get it to heat is that we have a silver power supply, and we did not know that when we started the build. And I made the particular mistake of saying, oh, I don't really care about Power Panic. Lo and behold, it actually matters a lot. Power Panic matters a lot. So it is what it is. But for right now, I will have to get the right cable, and we'll have to go from there. That's okay, though. I need to turn off the beeping sound. There. Jeez. Oh, well. Hey, that's what happens sometimes. It's a good stream. Otherwise, I will just reach out to my contact. I'll get the right cable and just pretend like we did it right. Because reasonably, this should have been perfect. So, Commander Kane says, that's why I ended up with a new PSU. I ran into the same wall. Yeah. Hey. Mistakes happen. It's no big deal. We can see that temperatures are reading properly. I'm going to warm up the nozzle. Oh, wait, I have a blowtorch right here. What am I doing? Just... Oh, that's a very big flame. Okay. There we go. Okay, yep, the thermistor does work. So that's not an issue. It's not worried about that. All right, yeah, it's all related to Power Panic. No big deal. So that is that's one of the things to keep in mind. You want to, yeah, look at that. Heater voltage is 0 volts. That's so interesting. Oh, that's so interesting. So much more data that you can read from the screen now. But hey, that is how it goes sometimes. Ultimately, projects are more about kind of the journey and not so much about where you end up. Let me bring this up. Let me bring this up to me here. I've really enjoyed this. I wish we could get it printing, but unfortunately, we are missing a critical piece that we need. It is 100% my fault. To be clear, this is 100% my fault. It has nothing to do with Prusa. Prusa is awesome for sending this kit over. The kit was super easy to put together, even though I am as dumb as the day is long. I am laughing at the fact that I said, "Oh no, you know, it's no big deal. Don't send the cable." you know, I'm going to have this thing done before the cable gets here. And then we had a 1 month, you know, delay of game due to 2 different hurricanes, 3D Printopia and stuff like that. So, hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I still enjoyed the heck out of this build. I love this colorway. I think so far the toughest thing about this build has been this freaking decal. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. No, no, no. Stay down. Hold on. I might have it. I might have it. Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. We gotta do this. Hold on. Enhance. Is Ashley still here? This is for Ashley. We're doing this for Ashley. Done. The decal is on. The decal is on the printer. There you go. All right, and apparently, is it just like you give it a little bit of heat and it's okay? I don't know how this works. Am I supposed to do this? Decal. Yes, decal. I know it's decal, but it's funny to say decal. There you go. Original Prusa Mk3.5. So, technically, it's fine. Kegel says, I blame Prusa for allowing you to decide which kit you needed. That's fair. That's a totally fair thing to say. I will just request the right thing, and yeah. It's working now with a new PSU. Yeah, I have a, this is an old silver PSU. I don't feel like completely replacing the PSU, so what we will do is just get a, get the new cable. It's just an adapter cable. It's no big deal. It's super, super simple. And yeah, go from there. This has been an awesome, fun build. As always, the Prusa builds are super easy, super simple. The instructions are so easy, even a Florida man like myself can figure it out. Why is that not? That's not even close to being right. Thank you. Even a Florida man like myself can figure it out. Yeah, I'm excited. I am excited to get this thing rolling. I hope you all have enjoyed. Let's give away we'll give away 2 rolls. Okay. First roll will be for a regular spool of printed solid filament. You can enter at the link in the pinned chat message. Remember, I do have my safety hard hat on. There you go. It is a hard hat. We're safe. Am I supposed to leave the sticker on? Is that what you're supposed to do these days? I have no idea what to do with hats. I don't really wear hats. Nope, the Sandhill cranes are out. I don't know if you can hear them. Here, I'm gonna turn off my my filter. I'm sure you'll be able to hear them then. Can you hear them? Okay. Oh, nope, they're still there. I could also just change the microphone. Here, I'll change the microphone to that one. This will pick them up a lot better. So if you look them up, those are Sandhill cranes. It's a thing here in Florida. We have a pair that are way too friendly with people. You can literally hand feed them if you wanted to. So I am hoping that we get a little crane baby soon. That would be super awesome. I'm going to give you guys another minute or so to enter before I close the entries. Ribeye of the sky. I've never eaten them. They're way too pretty. They're beautiful birds. Absolutely beautiful birds. they're big. So, all right, I'm gonna go back to my regular microphone now. That. So you realize when I go back to a microphone that actually sounds halfway decent, that big room microphones kind of suck. So yes, they do big hunts of them in Texas and all that. They're no longer protected. They're not protected anymore. They used to be. They are no longer protected. In fact, the only reason I know they're not protected is because I called Fish and Wildlife. But because one of the ones in this pair, its lower beak is quite a bit shorter than its upper beak, and that makes it difficult for it to eat and all that. And I said, hey, like, what are we supposed to do? And they said, well, is it starving? I'm like, well, no. I said, is it emaciated? Is there any issues with it in that regard? I said, no, everything seems above board like that. So they're like, okay, well, if you guys want to feed it, you can, but if you tell us there's a problem with it, the only thing we can do is come out and euthanize it. I'm like, well, no, we're not going to do that. Dr. V theorizes, you're going to keep the leftover parts. Yes. Yeah, I've got some other Mark IIIs here, so we're going to keep the motherboard as a spare and all that. Spare hardware and stuff will go into my hardware bin to get fixed and all that. But yeah, so that's why we started feeding them. Everybody in our neighborhood feeds them too. I'm sure if you watch the what video? I think it's the off-grid video. You can see them in there. That's the actual pair. Sparks on Tap says we had one of the babies get clipped by a car, and they told us the same thing. Yeah. They mate for life. It's actually pretty cool. All right, I'm closing the giveaway. 35 people. Y'all got a pretty decent chance of winning some freaking filament here. A really good chance of winning some filament. So, all right. Sort A to Z. All right, I just got to bring everybody over except for TJ, because TJ already won. What? Oh, I screwed that up. No, apparently. Is my keyboard dead? No. Okay, I'm just stupid. All right, ignore me. Hold on. Doot. There it is. Control C. Control V. TJ already won, so I don't got to worry about that. Shuffle a few times. Huge thank you to Printed Solid for sponsoring the filament giveaways. Again, if you are in the United States, check them out. $50 gets you free shipping. And now you have Jesse's Elixir. Let's make sure this person did the math right. Make sure they did the math right. Joseph Carver, you have won a spool of Jesse PLA or PETG. The next winner will have the choice of PLA, PETG, or Elixir. This will be our last filament giveaway of the night. Hey, Ashley. I hope you're here. Ashley, I hope you're here. Oh, you better. I hope you didn't leave. You're there. So, Ashley, you'll have to tell me what color of Elixir you want, because you won. So I think I'm gonna do orange will be Elixirs. Yeah. So if you want something other than Elixir, that's fine. But hey, it's Elixir. So yeah. Looks like his cables are crossed wrong. What? What are you talking about? Nothing is connected. What are you guys talking about? This isn't connected to anything. Stop it. Stop judging me. Yeah, congrats to Ashley. They won. And best way to reach me is either via Twitter or via Discord. Those are the two best ways to reach me. But that is all I have for you guys today. Make sure you drink some water. Stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. Huge thank you to Prusa for supplying the kit to do the build. And as always, keep making awesome. Have a good one.